up, man?
Usually get in an elevator and it goes down on its own.
I've never seen that before.
So if you noticed from 2 of my last videos when we were in Kyoto and Fukuoka, I pretty much always stop at any Pokemon Center in any city we're in. Luckily, when we were on our way here, I told my wife, hey, you don't have to sit through this. There isn't a Pokemon Center here. And lo and behold, the first day we go to the train station and there's a pop-up for Pokemon. So you already know, we went, bought my wife a Grookey plushie, and she fell in love ever since. So little Grookey's gonna be in all our videos. Super dope, probably gonna make a mascot out of it. Got my wife a little bit into Pokemon. Totally a win. Fuji. Don't want to forget that.
Gotta remember you did this.
Yeah.
Is this how slow it goes?
Yep.
Either way, just think like you drop, free fall.
Well, maybe you hit some poles on the way down.
Break a couple.
I don't know what I got.
Oh, sticker present.
Oh, Oh.
で、師匠。よ
Oh, oh, okay.
ろしくお願いします。ごめんなさいね。
Yeah, ありがとうございます。
What a great pick by me.
Yes.
There's a dude I follow on YouTube called Jake and Bake. Who got to Japan at the same time that I did. Who also managed to buy a Tesla based off of 100,000 YouTube viewers from Japan alone. You could do that.
Is that right? Guess so I didn't suck.
Stop.
If I didn't go
stealing
for
my
the
motherfucking
P.
beard, you motherfucker.
And I went for the V.
Did you have this?
So no better way to spend the night after a day of day drinking in Japan than karaoke.
Where are the frogs are there? Remember how the stars roll the night away. Never was a cloudy day. Only blue dog and love, remember. So singing.
Can't keep losing you.
I want it that way.
For last call, we popped our heads into a retro Japanese club, made some new friends, and then used the whole next day to recover. So Mitch left first thing that morning. Later throughout the day, my buddy Josh decided to head back. So it was just down to me and Tori for the rest of the trip. We went to a nice art museum in Shizuoka with a flower exhibit that was really cool. Kind of walked around town seeing the different nighttime sights and decided to stop by my first personal book off and probably the best one I've been to in all of Japan. Book off is pretty standard for retro games, collectibles, CDs, movies, all types of entertainment, but exclusively like trade-ins. I'm going to do another video down the road for different ones I've been to in the Hiroshima area. But this one, out of all of Japan, is the best one I have been to. Best prices, best selection. So after a day of stretching our legs, walking, recovering from a crazy night before, it was time to hit the road for Hamamatsu. So not only was this hotel actually the tallest hotel in Hamamatsu, but it was also shaped like a harmonica because Hamamatsu is known as the music capital of Japan due to its large manufacturing production of instruments through the Yamaha company. After we finished up at the castle, we took a bus about 30 to 45 minutes out of the city to Nukamori no Mori village, which is a European-style village within a forest, has lots of little shopping, nice little shops, very themed, Studio Ghibli if you're into that. If you've ever been to Beppu, there's a mountain city called Yufuin. Fortunately, I don't have any video footage of it, but it's kind of similar to this, maybe even a little bit bigger. This one's still a really nice stop, and I recommend it to anybody that's into the sort of mythical fantasy style of village, or even just European styles in general. This place was cool. It had fantastic burgers. It had coffee, beer, everything you'd want. It was interesting because it was supposed to be American themed, but it kind of had a mixture of New York and Cali, so I couldn't really tell what it was going for. You see that a lot in Japan, but it's still cool. It's still authentic, high quality. Would recommend. So this is kind of the upside / downside of COVID in Japan is not a lot of places are open. There's not a lot of people out, but sometimes that can be a good thing because tourists are pretty loud and sometimes obnoxious, especially Americans, me being one, I know that, but it is kind of cool just being able to cruise through a city, catch some spots. You know, they're not open super late, but it's not super crowded. It's kind of nice. So we just decided to kind of stroll through, see how Hamamatsu was at night. It was really, really nice. So the Hamamatsu City Museum of Musical Instruments, very, very cool. It has instruments from all over the world, from Europe, from Asia, from the States. It's the first of its kind in Japan. I highly, highly recommend it. I'm not going to get super into detail on the different instruments and what they do and all that kind of stuff. I recommend you just go. You can actually play some of the instruments. And also at one point we actually had one of the staff come out and give us a performance on one of the pianos, so it's really cool. Also, you get to learn about the history of the Yamaha, the piano, which is kind of founded here in Hamamatsu, and the people behind that. So again, really historical, awesome place if you're a lover of music. And finally, our last stop, Bistro Circus, which was right across the street from the Act Hotel, the harmonica-shaped one. So we were like, why not? What better place to stop, check out than a circus-themed restaurant so close to the hotel right before we hit the train. There wasn't a lot of people working. It was actually kind of dead, probably because of COVID, but They were still nice nonetheless. The food was good, and we were ready to hit the road. So again, in 2020, COVID was nuts. Most of the country was locked down, especially to foreigners, tourists, which technically we are. But Shizuoka Prefecture was the only place that was open. So me and my friends, my wife, we made it happen, as well as Hamamatsu City. We had a great time and recommend it to anybody, any time of year, COVID or not. Thanks for watching. Arigato. Out.